And we are live, everybody, for MvP, League of MVP for Simgray Racing. But it is interesting tonight. I am not, I will be on comms tonight, but, I don't even have anything set up. I just need this to be super quick. Might need to be driving in way different conditions than I want to be, but let's make this one quick, as I don't even have time to do any introductions. It's myself, Zabi. I'll be on the comms, but this is interesting. So this should have been a normal lobby, but I'm driving along with commentating tonight. So let's make this one interesting. I don't know whether I was supposed to commentate or not, and I think I have some assists on, which I shouldn't for my normal driving. But it's interesting. Oh yeah, I have many assists on that I shouldn't before, so I might need to turn those off before going into the race. It's one-shot qualifying, and we'll move on to a 5-lap race. It should be 5 or 6 laps throughout the week, throughout the planned races. So I'm going to be racing for this one. Let's see how it is going to be, how much we're going to be racing for the night. We had some drivers, but we then had to back out of the league race itself for the championship. I don't know if the points are going to count for the championship or not. Usually qualifying is throughout the way the championship is. You know, first race it is one-shot qualifying, but then moving forward, we'll move on to one-shot quali and the 5-lap races. Then based on the championship and points based throughout the weekend. So it might be a little bit my first experience, to be honest, driving and talking throughout, so it's going to be interesting. And don't expect me to be a really fast driver. I'm just here driving for the night for on a request, and I don't also yet know whether I'll be driving throughout the race or just for this specific race here at the moment. And there we go, we are ready for the race here at the Italian Grand Prix at Monza. Myself racing, and I think we've got enough drivers now. Earlier on we didn't have a lot of drivers, so I thought to jump in and very late onto the driving seat, and I hope I get enough time to really set things up and really undo the assist that I'm currently using, which I don't really use, but sometimes have to use because of it's like when your friends come on to play for you, and you just have them really join in. So I'll just be driving for this race, and then moving forward I'll get back on to commentary, which is interesting. I'll still be commenting. I won't be I won't still shut up, knowing me, so I'll just be talking about throughout the weekend. And we are about to get started here at the Italian drivers that have cuts on their cars. Not quite sure what's going on, but here at the start it's going to be 5 lights out, and we go racing. We have a worse start than ever, and then that we could ever wish for, and there's drivers leaving, and I think we might just be having the problem of really, and there we go, yep. I think we might be having an issue here at this point. I don't know whether the stream is on or not at the moment, but I think we might just be having the server issues. Yep, I think so. We are having server issues at the moment. That means everybody's leaving for me, so I haven't raced online in a while as well, so I don't know how good my internet has been for some racing or anything like that. So I might be disconnected at the moment. I'll figure it out on what to and what not to do. I think I might have to quit and then join again, because I think I might have disqualified. I think the stream is running. If any of you are watching, comment down and let me know if the stream is running or not. I think it is, but not quite sure what happened with the lobby. Yeah, and there we go. I think everybody should be racing. So it is the same internet, unlike on the previous stream. I think it's the same internet on the stream and on the game. So anything today happens is the game itself's issue, not the internet or anything for this one. Let's try and put in a request if it gets accepted, or we get any invitation from these drivers. And there we go. Hopefully we should be able to join it straight away, and let's give it a go. I think I'd be a few laps down, I think, anyway. So depending on how many cars we have, let's do it. We should be able to join our car on this one. So I'll just keep it going for this one, for this race, and then we'll jump on to comms straight away, because honestly I like racing, but I just wouldn't want to ruin the fun for drivers, considering it's not for the championship, I know, but still I don't consider myself one of the very good drivers. That would really be the only reason that I wouldn't want to. And we should be on the way and taking control of our driving seat and trying to move forward and ahead of one of the drivers. We indeed move forward and ahead of one of the drivers there, ahead of the RB right behind us. I don't think I'm connected fully to the server still.
Seventh place.
There's a driver behind us. Maybe they haven't joined back into the session just about
keep an eye on that gap ahead, please.
7.3 seconds. Our AI has done a very good job
Pit strategy
than
complete.
we actually did
See these
at
tyres
the
through
race
to the
start.
end now.
Meanwhile, there
Come
is
on, just 3 laps to go. 3 laps.
Miss Vam is right behind us. There's going to be a Alpine that we move forward and ahead of.
Clear.
And there's a yellow flag ahead. Meanwhile, we have Mike in that Ferrari ahead of us. Interestingly, let's move forward and see how good we race against them. Meanwhile, the McLaren of Miss Vam is it's going to be there as well. And there we go. We just let them pass. I try to get out of the way. I don't know whether we crashed or not. We'll be having that DRS.
Watch out for understeer in the wake of the car ahead. Try to get past as quickly as you can. Push.
There we go. I don't know why my DRS has got deactivated at the moment.
Caution.
There's a yellow flag ahead. Caution. Ooh, that was interesting. Oh, come on. We got a track clearance warning already. Meanwhile, there's not an RB behind us. It's a swap behind us in the other Ferrari. He's got a 2-second time penalty, but I mean, only now, when I myself am in the driving seat, you realize that how hard it is for the drivers to be racing. Really, no matter how bad of a driver you are, it's still very competitive than most of the drivers really that are not racing, you know. Anybody that's not racing, I think, is definitely not that quick, and I think it's going to be interesting. He's going to be trying, because he's going to be going on the inside line. Will he be making that move? Oh, we lock up the rear and lose the car out. A little bit slide on the exit. What's going to be just about on the exit of the first chicane, moving towards the second one now. We're going to be holding our racing line at the moment. The Ferrari is side by side, so we won't be moving too much at the moment, or not make any contact with them. It's still going to be side by side, I think. And then we just let them pass, as I was not trying to really make any contact. Oh, that's crazy. And also, I'm on 30 FPS as well, 30 FPS down because of the stream, because I have stream settings on, and I am not playing from my PlayStation screen directly, but from the OBS screen, which you guys were supposed to see for racing, really. And at the moment, we are from that. And I don't know how's the mic quality. There might be a little weird sound from the mic as well, which apologies for that, which usually shouldn't be when I'm streaming myself, but apparently just about driving right now, it is going to be there. And oh my god, it's so weird on 30 FPS. It really is not what I am usually used to. We're going to try and catch up with the Ferrari maybe for a little bit, but can we really do that?
Okay, you've just started the final lap of the race. Final lap.
Already, there we go. That's the fun about 5-lap races. Like, they just pass quickly. And also remember, I don't think I've last 2 weeks. Oh god, I might get a penalty very soon. And I just jumped. If you continue to cut
corners, the stewards are going to give you a penalty.
I just jumped
careful.
I just jumped on this not the random one, but on this race randomly as well in the end. But then also the fact that, you know, oh, that's crazy. I haven't touched my wheel in a long time.
Caution.
At least 2 weeks I haven't been on my wheel. I usually play career mod. Just trying to go through what I drive on. Oh, there was a car we overtook, I think. Oh, there we go, ahead of... no, I'm already ahead of the car, so not sure what's really going on, but up ahead, Mike and Ms. Pham are fighting each other. Meanwhile, some drivers at the top, I don't know who's really going to be there, because I think that lobby is open for some random drivers, considering there weren't many drivers, so they decided to really do that. And Mr. Bread wins it. Really, non-bread. Well, I don't think naan is a bread, but different from the bread itself. But might call it naan bread. And there we go, celebrating, finishing like I finished P1, but finished P8. Just about a point or two into the position. Let's see, let's see. And those are the podium celebrations. 2 Williams and a Red Bull. And there we go. I think we should be moving forward into the next rounds and hopefully not having any issues or problems moving forward. As we're going to try and keep it quick. We're going to try and keep it competitive as well into the next round. I don't think we would be moving into it quickly, because I think we should be having a qualifying session ticked off the lobby. So maybe just making it normal random grid, but I don't know whether we'll have a random grid or we'll keep having that one-shot qualifying and keep and then reciting that grid on that. So there we go, it says one-shot qualifying, but I think it should be tipped off, and we should be having a random grid, not a random grid, basically a manual grid set up by our lobby leader. Moving forward, but let's see how is that really going to be set up at the moment. Qualifying still shows up, one-shot quali, so I'm just going to be there at the moment, be in that driving seat for a moment, and we are starting, but well, let's do it. I think I'll just do one more race because I was disconnected earlier on. Hello, how are you doing? We should be moving forward. I'm not sure how many races we're supposed to have, so yeah, there we go. We have qualifying off, and we should be moving forward. Let's see where we are put off, because we finished at the very bottom, pretty much not any points at all. I think we finished P8 or something. There was just one driver behind us that finished. So let's see how good is that going to be going into the next race and what the grid is going to be moving forward. We have 10 drivers, including me. So if I jump off, it's going to be 9 drivers into the next race. Maybe into this. I could do this one and then onto the next one. I do get back to comms. Still trying to keep it entertaining. Still trying to really things there. Yeah, there we go. We are going to be switching anyways. We have one more driver, so that is a good news. As now without me there is 10 drivers, so it's good to really go and switch on to commentating. That's a lot better. That's way better, I'd say, because I don't think it's really worth it for me to be racing, especially in conditions where I'm not supposed to be racing. First of all, I'm not a really good driver at all. Second of all, I rather enjoy being a commentator on the side and really watch these drivers suffer with some random players. More like that. And in just a sec, I need to find my PS5 controller. And there we go. We are now ready in our full phase of racing. It is going to be, let's do the intro one more time. We are here for League of MVP. It's going to be myself, Zabi, and I'll be on the commentary mic one more time as we return after a delay of 1 week for this event. But we are here with some random drivers out on track. Already going into racing here at Texas, at Austin, Texas, at COTA. It's going to be RJ on pole ahead of the Red Bull of Mike Techno is going to be in P3 with Brez in P4. Brez won that race in Monza. There's going to be drivers on the inside line. We're into turn 1. We go. The Red Bull goes super wide. The Mercedes still going to be leading from pole position. There's going to be Brez in the Williams trying to take it on as well. Techno in P4 along with Lil in P5 with Miss Fam in P6. Another McLaren driver who's got a parade, and there's going to be a switch for the lead, and that Mercedes driver is trembling back and falling to the buff. Not very back inside the top 3 still. Meanwhile, the other Mercedes is really falling to the back and really going to the bottom of the field at the moment. So let's really get on. Meanwhile, the McLaren of Parade is at the back as well. I think he was trying to be, was indeed competitive at the start, just ahead of his teammate, along with his teammate at the moment. But the Red Bull of Mike has taken that lead now, just about keeping it to himself. Meanwhile, Bread is going to be there. Bread is, I think, George, if I remember it correctly. George, indeed, I think it should be. Everybody's PlayStation apart from RJ in that Red Bull, in that Mercedes. Meanwhile, Techno's going to be right behind that Mercedes. Should be on the way to might try and go ahead or get ahead for an overtake. And this time around, yes, that is going to be the Aston Martin's going to be on the inside line. He's going to send it off the Mercedes, but the Mercedes driver might try and come back at him. And no, he's going to go super wide and run on top of that American flag, I think. Oh, what a move from Hecker that was on the Mercedes. Sent it on the inside line. Super move from the Kickstarter driver, but now there could be a chance for RJ to go for it this time in turn 1. But is he going to send it close enough to send it really? Meanwhile, at the back 2 Ferrari drivers, they're going to be fighting and they're going to collide. They're going to make contact, and both of them are almost going to go wide. Meanwhile, Hamilton's going to be there. They're going to collide. There's going to be 3 cars crashing into each other, and it is going to be Mike who's going to have to suffer really and lose out in that fight. There were 2 teammates, Swamp and Mike, fighting each other really side by side. Then the McLaren came right behind and really made one of them collide, pretty much collided with them and really ruined it for them, which definitely was not a good thing at all at the moment. Hamilton's now got a penalty for corner cutting, and honestly, after driving just about for a few laps, not even a few laps, I think just for half a lap of that lap 1 at Monza, then just whole of lap 5, pretty much. So just even just driving one whole lap around the circuit makes you realize really how competitive you need to be racing these drivers. How competitive you have to be. It's not like about even if you're matching pace, but even if you're just out on track, you have to do a very good job to just keep it out on track is a thing as well. But lap 2 out of 5 at the moment of round 2 of 6 rounds originally planned, which I don't know how many we'll be going for tonight, but let's keep it going for as long as we could. Hamilton almost couldn't keep it going for a moment there because that was pretty close. It's on the exit of that final corner, might have lost that rear end. Meanwhile, Swamp is going to be trying to be there. Swamp's going to try all that he can for the best for that team of red. I don't know if these drivers are anyways getting any points or not as well, considering that it's interesting. And considering there are some random drivers in the session as well. But I believe the grid was set up not random but manual, or maybe just made it a random grid moving forward. Then might just do it based on the championship points, which we usually do run. Lap 3 out of 5 at the moment. Team Red in P10. The moment after suffering a collision with their teammate and the McLaren of FAM. There's going to be drivers at the top, and there is going to be some overtake chances. But Micah at the moment really doing a very good job. Currently in P1, 2.6 seconds ahead of Brez. Brez is a very quick driver, remember that. Meanwhile now, FAM is ahead of the one Mercedes. He might try and go after the other one, but can he quite do it though? Because that Mercedes driver isn't going to leave him alone, as that McLaren is going to go super wide. There might be a switchback chance for that Mercedes, but is it going to be the chance for us right now? Not at the moment, as he's going to have to back out and really back out of it so far at the moment. Micah now gets the fastest lap, really 3.44 seconds. He seems to be quite competitive at that point, and so far to see how good is that going to be. Meanwhile, Team Red gets another time penalty. What about in that Sauber? He made a good move earlier on. We saw meanwhile Hamilton and the Mercedes are really fighting out there at the moment. Really nice going for it, but how good is that going to be? These two are still fighting for it at the moment. Still keeping it going. The great helicopter shot. Let's move forward and let's move to this one. It's going to be the Aston Martin and a Kick Sauber car. That's going to be Audi for next year in Formula 1. But let's make it, let's enjoy it as it's last year as a Sauber Formula 1 team. A Sauber team that has been there in Formula 1 for years to come, and it's going to be coming to an end at the end of 2025. And just about moving forward, lap 4 out of 5 now, just one more lap before the end of this one. Could there be a chance for the Kick Sauber driver to be coming forward? And he's going to go on the inside line with the help of that DRS. He's going to send it there. They're still going to be side by side, and he's going to push the Aston Martin super wide. Meanwhile, McLaren and the Mercedes are fighting as well. They're going to be side by side. It's going to be the Mercedes ahead, but it's going to be the McLaren ahead one more time. And again, the Mercedes is going to go and switch back. They're almost going to collide, but just about does the McLaren keep it there. Oh, it's going to send it now. That was competitive there. Both of them going side by side. Switchback after switchback from one or the other driver. McLaren got ahead, then the Mercedes got ahead. Then again, that McLaren, the driver, FAM, just going a little bit wide. And there was a chance for Lil to come at him. Lil to get closer to them and create a chance. We know lap 5 out of 5 has begun, the final lap of the Grand Prix, but these drivers are still trying to be competitive. They're really trying to be super fast at this point in time of the race, and that would be interesting to see them race for the one final time before the end of this. And there you go, for the one more final time. There's going to be the Mercedes, there's going to be the McLarens. We might just see them fight at the back of the moment, and he's going to send it, and he's going to touch that Mercedes almost for a moment there. Did not want to back out, did not want to really keep it going, because we saw that huge dive on from that Mercedes. So far, these guys are racing decently. I meant to say that there are some random drivers out there, so I think it's pretty nice. Meanwhile, Mike has retired out of this session, and we're going to see that Red Bull driver getting a few penalties. So I wonder how many penalties he has. It's 4 seconds of time penalties, and that McLaren driver might be on the way. Meanwhile, Mike and that Mercedes Red Bull is going to come home and win the US Grand Prix here at Kota. Brad's going to be finishing in P2 with the Hecker in P4. Fan just about comes in P4 on track, but ends up going in P6 because of penalties. Lil Jimgan then gets a 4-second P4 with Techno in P5. Swamp in the end gets P6 with penalties to other drivers, and RJ in P7 with Fam and Fraid in P8 and 9. And that is going to mark an end to round 2 of originally planned rounds. I don't know what round we should be moving forward. And there we go, we are our celebrations once more. We should be moving to Silverstone now, one of the most iconic circuits on the Formula One calendar. We're watching Red Bull at the top, we're watching some others at the top as well, but at this point in time, a Sauber on the podium is a nice one as well. I think Hecker looks a competitive driver as well, and that is going to be that to the end so far, and moving forward just about. Okay, there we go. So Lil Jim is actually racing from the league server, so I think he was he joined today just about, and I think he's talking about an Aston Martin driver, that's Techno, which Techno has been in the league already, so I don't think really anybody is going to be anywhere. And let's see, I think so far it's been decent. I think to say that there are some randomers, there is still just about a few drivers that are driving pretty good. I think it's going to be a nice chance for some drivers to really come in as well. So anybody who finds this stream maybe somehow and is racing tonight at the moment, there's a nice way that we could end up really racing. You could end up racing on every Wednesday for a 5-lapper championship here in F1, here at League of MVP, moving towards round 3. And another round that is ready for plan, and that is ready to be get going. And 5 laps of racing would be moving forward to, and there should be no time, and in no time we are going to be out on track at the moment. I don't think we have any track of the championship as well from the previous. We have one from the previous round, but of course I don't think this one will be counted, so that because of that we don't have many of them. And I think we had actually a penalty, not a penalty, but the championship poster. There we go. Yes. So David was leading before after round 1, after event 1 with 116 points. Breds was win P2 with 97 points. Then Thomas and Swamp were on 64 points each. Ovek was on 61. Miss Fam was on 60. Then came Techno on 36. Roy was on 22, and then last driver was Mike. Team Red Mike with 21 points. That is interesting. And now let's move forward and let's get started for the British Grand Prix here at Silverstone. It's going to be 5 laps, but these 5 laps are going to be very different from any of the 5 laps we've had earlier. We've had 10 laps so far in the event, and boys, all 10 have been dry. All 10 have been on a set of soft compound tires, but we're going to be moving towards an intermediate tire race now. It's going to be 5 lights out, and we go racing here at the British Grand Prix. It's going to be the 2 Ferraris starting in the front row. It's going to be a very good start for the one, not a good start for one, Mike, but a very good start for the other one. And it's going to be moving forward in that Red Bull from P3, I think, into P2, and a good chance for him to get moving forward. And now Swamp's going to be fighting them as well. Meanwhile, the other Ferrari is crumbling to the back, with Fam trying to move forward as well, trying to get to back to the top and really have a chance at them. Every single one of them on a set of intermediate tyres. Meanwhile, Fam is really moving to the back, and there's a super wide going from Breds there. That is not so good of a driving from Breds at the moment. Maybe just going super wide, really not having a good start. Meanwhile, RJ is going to be in P10, Techno in P11 in that Aston Martin. The 2 McLarens are going to be side by side. Who's going to be at the top, really ahead of them? They're both moving towards just about Cops now. All the old pit straight. Team Red's going to be going for it, or in fact it's going to be Swamp trying to go be very competitive for that race lead. Meanwhile, the 2 McLarens are going to be moving forward, and one of them's going super wide. The other is going to be through and ahead of Parade is going to be ahead, or Parade is going to be losing that and getting ahead. Getting ahead will be Miss Fam at the moment, as we're just trying to be catching up with things and being ready. Honestly, I feel like I might not be on the way, because I raced early on then trying to get back with everything, but it should be okay. And now there's going to be a chance for Techno to go for it as he's going to send it on the inside line. A little bit wide going from him, but the Mercedes driver doesn't quite come back at him at all, and that's going to be through. Techno into P9 ahead. And now he's making progress, but Svamp has got one position. He's going to try and go for another one. He's going to push wide. He's going to push the Red Bull wide, and himself go super wide as well. And Show, Kedu Show is going to be losing out that position in P6 now. The other McLaren could be on the attack as well. Meanwhile, Hector is in P4 just about behind Lil Jim. Lil Jim's going to be on the way to try and defend his position, but this is the main DRS rate. But no, there's going to be no DRS in its wet conditions, of course. So this is all they got to do. They've got to be very careful at the moment. Swamp has done an excellent job so far. 2.1 seconds behind the leader, but still maintaining a P2 so far has to be very good, unless and until Jim could go after him, or maybe Hecker as well, because Hecker looks to be a nice racer at the moment. He seems to be a nice racing as well, and we're moving. As there's going to be a chance now, as we're saying, that Swamp has done a very good job. He might be on the way or on the attack to be losing that position from Lil Jim. Lil Jim's going to be there to really give him the fight. And what about that? And look at that. It's going to be Fam and Techno once more fighting each other. Meanwhile, the other McLaren and the Red Bull are going to be side by side. Oh, that's going to be problems. And that is super wide. Going Waikedu. I don't know what to really pronounce that name, but Show really pushed that McLaren wide. They were side by side. He did not give him any space one bit, and really has done the job to be kicked out of this lobby. Unless he was recruited into the league, I think he needs that kicking for sure. Push that McLaren super wide, really on into Meggett and Beckett. It was not a competitive race, you have to say, in terms of Mike still leading, and Jim now has got ahead of the Ferrari of Swamp as well, and that is going to be now things to look at, and fighting and finding things. Then drivers closer to each other. RJ is going to go super wide, and the McLaren of Braid is going to be there. They're still going to be side by side. Is McLaren going to be going for a switch back here at the moment? Not so far, but that DRS rate is going to be there. He's got full 100% of battery remaining, and he's really going to be going for that move so far for sure. They're going to be side by side. Is he close enough to be making that move? Not at the moment, just not enough so far for him to be on the way to be making a move so far. Driver's pretty competitive. Swan still 1.2 seconds ahead of Hecker, but not too long before Hecker gets caught up by one of the drivers. Meanwhile, these two are going to be fighting each other one more time already around the old pit straight here as they head into Cops now. They're still going to be side by side, and one more time the McLaren's driver is going to be side by side with a driver into Beckett, and Beckett, is he going to give him enough space? The space he didn't get early on. In fact, he just gets ahead. They did make contact, but not so far, not too bad from the McLaren. And Mike's gonna go wide in that Ferrari. Team Red Mike is gonna run on super wide, and that is problem for one Ferrari. The other Ferrari, one Ferrari into those podium positions. Only one driver so far has got a penalty, and it has to be, of course, Hamilton. Considering he's not so, he's done a good job in terms of racing, but maybe just not finding himself too good at all. Meanwhile, Kudu Show is really going to be falling back once more. Meanwhile, these two are going to be on the competitive way, but the Techno and Breads could be on the way for a chance as well. Meanwhile, Hamilton is going to be closer to Hecker as well. They are one of the few drivers within 1 second as well. That's going to be a chance for the McLaren to go and move forward as well. That could be another very good chance, I'd say, moving forward in terms of racing, in terms of races to be seen. Of course, if you're new around here, make sure to follow, subscribe, like and subscribe, and share the stream if you want. If you're looking for some short form content, head over to my Instagram provided there in my socials, and if you want to see some more streams, you could head over to my own Twitch channel for future, along with my Fiverr account if you want to hire or recruit for your own league for commentary. Let's have a look at this as we're going to try and move forward, really see any drivers that are competitive at the moment, and only drivers that we are seeing within 1 second at the moment are going to be these 2 or 3 drivers. In fact, Techno now pulling up on these 2 as well. Is it going to be Hacker? It's going to be Hacker and Miss Fam at the moment. Lap 5 out of 5. Meanwhile, we're getting towards the end just about now as our leader has moved up into lap 5, and I think Mike really looks super competitive at the moment. 3.6 seconds leading ahead of Jim, so a very good job done by him as well. Jim's doing a decent job as well. I think Mike seems to be a very competitive driver, and really a driver that could be on the caliber of David for sure. And Fam's going to try and put some pressure on Hacker, and he surely has done put a lot of pressure on Hacker. Hacker went wide on the exit of those final first few corners at the start of the lap, and that really allowed Fam to go for it. For a moment he could have thought to go on the inside line, but just about has to back out at the moment. Techno in P6 at the moment. Is he going to go? Yes, he will. Around the outside, he's going to go for it. But no, he's just going to outbrake himself. He's going to outbrake himself and has to really back out because nobody was able to be catching him up. But what is it going to be? A chance one more, and Hacker's really lost out. Maybe his tires are gone, or he's not trying to be competitive anymore. Oh, that's going to be close. That is super close. Both of them run super wide. They were side by side into the cops. Nobody wanted to back out. Oh, and Hacker might have done that on purpose because he's literally put Techno into the wall. Oh, he's really doing that. Yes. He's really doing that now. He almost tried to put Breads in the wall as well. Indeed, he has done so. Techno's already out now. Hacker is out as well. There's drivers leaving the sessions. I hope there's not that issue again. But Hacker really rage quit pretty much for sure. I think he was racing good until the end, but definitely just rage took him out. Mike's going to take it 2 wins in a row, followed by Lil Jim in P2 with Swamp coming into the pits. What is he doing? Oh, he's trying to do a Yano up there maybe. Finishing to the end, and Hamilton in P4 finally, maybe without a penalty, unless Brett could take that, but I don't think he can. All thanks to Mr. Anchor with the other McLaren P6, with RJ in P7, Mike Show along with Team Red, Mike just about the final driver remaining. That's interesting. Both Ferraris trying to come into the pits, maybe just driving in the pits and quit. Really, the positions they finished. I think Sam did a good job towards the podium, but Mike coming to the very end of racing, to the very end of the field, really. And it's going to be 3 different cars in 3 different suits on that podium. It's going to be the Red Bull that is consistent, the Mercedes for Lil Jim, and then comes Mr. Who is that? Actually, that is Mr. Swamp, and really done a very good job. And these are your results for the British Grand Prix. That's going to be Micah in that Red Bull. Again, ahead of everyone, making it 2 wins for him so far. Lil Jim in P2 in that Mercedes after starting P9. Swamp up starting on pole. Still a good job for him in finishing in P3, just within the top 3. Hamilton then in P4 after starting P7. Breads finishing P5. Parade in P6, starting P6. And then RJ moving a few positions, starting in P10, so finishing in P7. Then drivers going to the bottom from the front of the field. Show from P5 to P8, then Team Red from P2 to P9 with the Sauber driver and Technobot DNF'd. All thanks to the Sauber of Hacker, and he shouldn't really be in this lobby racing anymore. I think he would be, he's left himself or would be kicked anyways, but that was absolutely not acceptable at all. So we should be moving forward now to a brand new round and a new round of racing. moving forward, and that indeed is going to be Japan. Round 4 of the night so far, and Suzuka is going to be there. So 8 drivers, I think one of them has been kicked, not quite sure who that was, but might just be RJ, unless he's left. Meanwhile, Elite is just joining here as well. So the grid should be being set up, and in a little bit we should be moving forward towards round 4 of the night, and in no time out onto the track. And there we go. I hope my mic was muted really. I might have had something running in my phone, but there we go. No worry about that. And we are moving forward into round 4 of the championship. And not the championship, but of the event for the night so far. And we should be having going into here at Suzuka. It's going to be interesting to go really. Moving forward, to be fair, it's going to be interesting in terms of who takes it and who doesn't at the moment as we are moving forward. Oh, well, I think we had a driver leaving already. Meanwhile, Johnny Lyon is going to be in the session there. A few new drivers. I mean, a few kicked. The others have joined. I think let's hope they're any different. Anyway, so interesting. I wonder if there's going to be 2 rounds after this one, or just about 1 round after this race. Apologies if it feels any different from the last few rounds, but from the last stream, I think this one has been more like a non-serious one in terms of, you know, the drivers and the drivers were basically, you know, not being for the actual championship, then definitely different things and all of these things moving forward. Let's get started on not waste any further time as we lap 5 lights out and we go racing here at the Japanese Grand Prix. It's going to be Lee on pole with Lil Jim in P2 after finishing P2 on that previous race. Swamp in P3 as well, a very good start for him. Meanwhile, on the inside line, Mike and that Red Bull is going to send it already into P2 and just moving towards the S's now. They're almost going to collide, but no water. And they're still side by side. They haven't made contact for a single time. Oh, what a race that is between the two side by side. And that is what you call racing, ladies and gentlemen. They were side by side, not all for a long time, but they were quite close, but still did not make any contact. And you have to say, that is the level of racing you want to see, especially in this great league racing. Meanwhile, Swamp in P4 with Breads in P5, followed by Johnny in P6 with Farm in P7, just now fighting behind that Alpine. If Hamilton, Alpine's going to go super wide. There's a big chance for the McLaren to go for it on the inside line, on the exit there. They're still going to be side by side. Who's going to be more competitive? And a brave driver moving forward into that left hander. The Alpine is going to block that inside line and then move for the McLaren, but on the inside line, he's going to send it there. He ran super wide. They're almost going to make contact, but the Alpine just about tries to defend there, but it's going to be still closer to one another, and there's going to be drivers are going side by side into 130. Who's going to be flat on those on that accelerator? It is indeed the Alpine, and just about getting out of that McLaren on the inside line. For a moment, you could have thought to be going for that move, but that didn't quite happen for this time around. Meanwhile, one Red Bull at the front, the other at the bottom. Meanwhile, Swamp and Breads are going to be switching positions, and there's going to be a move coming up for Hamilton around here at the start, but might be a chance for the Alpine to go for it in turn one already. They're still going to be side by side. They were side by side for a few moments, and the Mercedes going to go wide on the exit there, just on the exit of turn, the first long corner. In a turn one, these curbs around Suzuka are deadly, let me tell you that, because if you're even on the curb for a little bit moment, you could be in big pressure. Hamilton almost had a spin there on the top of the curb, and just behind Swampy is right now. Meanwhile, Elite has fallen back as well into P4. There's a Red Bull at the bottom, and it indeed the other Red Bull. One is at the bottom, one is at the front, the other is at the bottom. It's really a Red Bull sandwich at the moment. Everybody is, as we are here. Hamilton makes another move, as Josh, that is. I think so, and there we go. I think we have a driver leaving the session, and that is the Red Bull, after having a spin, is going to be leaving that session out so far, or lap 2 already, on lap 2 out of 5 really, and there's going to be problems or issues for anybody that's closer. Meanwhile, is there going to be a fight for the lead? We not quite know, because Lil Jim looks very competitive along with Micro, and Breads is going to be there as well in P3 with Elite in P4, Hamilton in P5, followed by Swamp in P6, and Johnny in the Alpine in P7. Oh, he's going to hit the bollard. He's really going to hit the bollard on the exit of the chicane, in the intro of the chicane, before the final corner. Meanwhile, race leader gets another fastest lap. Really, but Hamilton's going to be going for that move on the inside line into turn one. He's going to send it on the Mercedes and get ahead. Meanwhile, the top two are super closer to each other as well. Mike's really getting that competition that he got. He might have not got whole two races so far. He could be on the way. Meanwhile, we're watching Swamp in the Ferrari at the moment in P7, Techno in P8 with Team Red of Mike in P8. So P9 so far, final driver of the running cars at the moment. Our race leader is still there. He's increased the gap actually 1.1 seconds to the car behind Breads, and 1.9 behind Lil Jim, then Fam 1.3 behind Breads. So far, how good is that going to be? And what about Elite at the moment so far? Elite's going to be P5, and that could be a case of some things at the moment. Elite is in P5 at the moment, Johnny in P6. With Swamp in P7. Is there going to be any racing between these drivers? Only 2 drivers at the moment within 1 second of each other, and Swamp and Breads are within Johnny, in fact, are within 1 second of each other. There could be a chance for Swamp to go ahead of the Alpine of Johnny there into 130R. Earlier on, Johnny was super brave into 130R. He does it once more, runs a little bit wide, might allow the Ferrari to get closer. There could be a chance for the Ferrari driver to be closer, but is he going to be any closer for a chance to for a move into turn 1? We're about to find out as we're around the main straight. The gap is just about 7 tenths. There's going to be DRS, but is it going to be close enough, or any chance for him to go into turn 1 and can have a chance at the Alpine driver so far? So far, not going to be the case at all, and it isn't going to be the case indeed at the moment. Lap 4 out of 5 so far as we are moving forward. Swamp at the moment in P7. Oh, Mike's out! Mike has left the session. Not quite sure what happened, but he's crashed for sure, I think, around here. Or can we see his car at the moment? Or not quite sure. And Breads is now... Oh, Breads is at the wall! Breads on the exit has hit the wall. 2 Red Bulls are out of the session. Breads in the Williams is at the wall as well. And Jim is now on a chance and on a way to be taking that race lead and a possible race win, unless he makes a mistake similar to Mike, and a chance for really him to lose out on that lead. But no, there might not be a chance for him to lose out on the lead, or anybody to catch up or get closer to him at all. And we're going to be about to find out to whether how good of racing's going to be. Somebody has joined, not quite sure who that is at the moment, because I couldn't see it on screen, as I don't have full screen on at the moment. on my computer screen as we are now in the lap 5 out of 5 at the moment. Hamilton is 5/10 ahead of Elite, who's 7/10 ahead of Bread, who's 6/10 ahead of Lion, and who's 8/10, and now almost every single one of them within 1 second of each other, within very competitive and gross timings. Meanwhile, Trump's gonna go super wide, and again they're gonna do, the two Ferraris are on their way to do the bottom grid really so far at the moment, but how good is that chance going to be? How good is that performance is going to be from all of these drivers? Meanwhile, at the moment, we are just trying to find out. Meanwhile, we have our overlay disappearing, but we've got Lil Jim now coming towards the final straight before the final chicane and corners. It is going to be Lil Jim 03 coming around 130R and into the final chicane before the end of the Japanese Grand Prix. That is going to be, it was a challenge of Mike, but it is going to be the performance, resilience and patience of Lil Jim is going to get him the victory. And first win of the night, that is not by Mike. Win from Lil Jim. Second place is going to be Miss Fam. Elite in P3 on the podium with Techno P4. Breads comes in P5, completing the top 5 in this race. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to mark the end to 4 rounds of the race of racing so far. That's going to be the end, and it's going to be Lil Jim on top, ahead of Miss. It's going to be ahead of Fam. Then comes Elite, doing a very good job. A lot of drivers actually had penalty, 2-second time penalties, but job well done. Techno P4, along with Breads in P5, with Johnny in P6 as well. Team Red and Swamp then in the end in P7 and 8. And we should be having 2 rounds remaining, but I wonder how many rounds we're doing. So it's going to be Bahrain and then Singapore, but depends whether... Depends whether we are doing all... racing. So let's see, 2 rounds remaining. It's going to be Bahrain and Singapore. Yeah, there we go. There is some new drivers joining here tonight, here into the sessions once more, and we're going to move in towards the Bahrain Grand Prix. Remaining 2 rounds of the season, 2 rounds of the event. It's going to be Bahrain, and it is going to be... Two more rounds remaining, so Bahrain and Singapore. I think Bahrain's going to be nice, no walls, no nothing, a circuit, but moving forward, considering Singapore's going to have walls around Singapore, a street circuit, drivers could be going nuts out there because, you know, it is random drivers into the league, into the session, and it could be interesting to know actually of how competitive drivers are, but should be interesting. And there we go, we are in. And one more time, we are again in that race seat. So let's see how good is that really going to be. We might be in for a surprise for all of you watching there. So interesting. I think let's give it a one more go before the end of the session. We got 2 rounds remaining anyways. Let's make it fun for all of you watching, and for myself as well, really, to maybe not having the championship races tonight, a thing different than other nights, and it's going to be interesting. And okay, there we go. Let's get started, guys. I'm in a Red Bull once more. I mean, I don't know why am I in a Red Bull, because probably the only available team at the moment that I see has cars. And let's get started. We are moving forward, ladies and gentlemen, really. And going into this one, let's make it full screen for myself to really see everything that is on. It's going to be here at the Bahrain Grand Prix. Earlier we raced for probably a lap or one single lap around Italy, around Monza, and going for it one more time here tonight in the car. A nice experience, and I'm just hoping that I have a setup for Bahrain itself. At the moment we are. So let's get started. Let's wait for a setup in Bahrain. And there we go. We have about 25 seconds. Let's see. There we go. We're starting on pole. That's a galette, and that's a surprise, guys. We are starting on pole, manual grid. So we've got the assistance of being on pole. But have we got the assistance of driving to make us enough competitive? Not quite sure. Let's get started. And let's not waste any further time and get on for the Bahrain Grand Prix. We're going to be waiting for 5 lights to go out and for us to go racing here at the Bahrain Grand Prix. It's going to be technical in P2, us in P1. And we are on. It's going to be lights out and we go racing here at the Bahrain Grand Prix. There's already drivers competitive enough. And moving forward, it is going to be, as we're going to be side by side with some of the drivers into turn one. We're trying to stay out of any trouble that we can for the moment. Really, and moving forward, I think I'm okay with this one, only losing a few positions, not a lot of them in P5 at the moment. We're not going to try and jump or really do anything at the moment. That is not too bad, as we're here at the moment in P4. We're going super wide. I don't think my setup is competitive or any good at all so far. And in P5, and I don't mind it really.
Trying to let's try and move forward.
Trying to use ERS, really do all the job we can, and let's get started. Let's move forward. As in P5, we are just behind Swamp at the moment, and ahead of Felipe. I think a new driver that is 9 tenths ahead of the driver behind. But let's move over. Brake super early, and really not doing the job at all so far, as we are here at this point. And let's get started. Oh, there's drivers behind. We've got drivers pulling up behind us. For a moment I thought I might be safe. I'm gonna send it. Oh, that was close. I thought I'm gonna send it, but didn't quite send it at all. And let's get it for so far at the moment.
We can now use DRS. DRS now available
at the moment. Oh, I could have went for it on the inside line. No, we send it. Really send it weirdly. I mean, I planned to send it, but my teammate really there. LUFC was there at the moment, and look at, and remember that we started in P8. I'm in Mike's
Look out for a bit
maybe.
of understeer when trailing the car
Mike's
ahead. They're going to be giving off
the one
dirty
in
air,
Managers
which is
League,
going to
everybody.
affect
So
our tyres. So
maybe
try to
he's
get
trying
past.
to give me the taste of my own Madison, because I earlier on I said that the two Ferraris are finishing at the bottom. There's still a Ferrari behind us, so I don't know the weather. Oh, come on! What are you doing, man? Anti-legger, man. You're literally legging. Oh, I'm gonna send it. Oh shit, might be getting a penalty, but.
Okay, this is Mark. I need you to stop cutting the corners. If you keep it up, the stewards are going to give you a penalty.
All right, I won't cut the corners, but. Let's have a look at this one. It's going to be Sergeant Track, and moving forward at this point. Oh, that's going to be. That might just be close enough so far at the moment. P10 it is for us so far. Yeah, as I said, there we go. I'm still ahead of Mike though. As I said, I was talking about that. I said the two Ferraris finished at the bottom after starting in the front, and there we go. You know, maybe trying to show me how hard it is to drive, but there we go. We're still trying to be competitive and really go racing. I think I'm honestly not going hard at. I won't say I'm not going hard at it because I'm slow, but because I'm not trying to cause any unnecessary issues, because I'm not really trying to have any problems.
Okay, we've been given a time penalty. It will go against our finishing time at the end of the race. Get your head down and let's get it done. You're putting good distance between yourself and the car behind.
And all right, there we go. At the moment so far, and I think there was a yellow flag, or I saw that wrongly. Not quite sure what was the case so far. At the moment here at this point, as we're gonna have forward. Oh, I have a 2-second time penalty as well, and apologies about that. I mean, I think my mic was muted, but I actually got a call. One of my mates trying to call me for a long time. Oh, Mike's still not behind, still not ahead of me. So
okay, so gap to the car ahead, 14.1 seconds.
That is interesting. And look at this one. There we go, lap 4 out of 5 at the moment, and honestly, I mean, I could be talking, I could be doing everything to entertain you guys at the moment, because we're having anti-legger, Fate, and Sergeant Track, myself, out in P10, just ahead of Mike, though. I mean, still, I'm on the way to get points, because of one race I did, I had points, the other one, I might do get points, but it's going to be interesting. 14 seconds, I think Mike's got all these 14 seconds to pull up on me. Meanwhile, there's a yellow flag at the front, I think, and there could be a chance moving forward. Going up ahead at this point. Lap 4 out of 5 so far, and just trying to keep it going. Mike at the moment, the gap was interesting, so that means that Mike is doing his best for us to get points as well. But we've got a 2-second time penalty, but he's got a 2-second time penalty as well. You know, we've got 14.8 seconds ahead of us. Lap 4 out of 5 would just be moving towards the final lap of the Grand Prix.
Okay, this is your final lap. Final lap of the race.
Final lap of the Grand Prix, and there's cars at the front. And I think I was talking about it earlier that I'm not pushing in a way that I'm not sending it on the inside, or really, not trying to go really ruin it for others, rather than just trying to stay out of any trouble and not make it worst for everybody racing. So now just on my own race, and I mean, even in real life, like, I'm just thinking about, you know, drivers who have a lone race, you know. Sometimes you're winning by a few seconds and you have a lone race. Sometimes you're finishing in probably P7 or 8, still having a lonely race. So it might not be fun in terms of racing, you know. You don't get a lot of racing if you don't get, so. Should I slow down? Let's do it. I'll slow down to make Mike get closer. Oh, before I could slow down, I think I almost made a mistake.
I think it's all over.
Well, that's not that wasn't planned, but might be on the way to slow down. On the way before the. Let's do it. I'll slow down before the final before the finish line, and just go to the end again. But I do have a 2-second time penalty, and Mike has a 2-second time penalty as well. So pretty much that evens out of any chance of things getting changed as they moving forward. Yeah, let's do it. I'm gonna slow down just enough, just enough to wait for him. Should I do it? Oh, let's do that. I'm gonna spin and then do a reverse, and then in reverse, I'm gonna wait for him. I'm gonna wait for him to be coming around the final corners. Oh, and there we go. I finished it towards the end, towards the very end there, just about towards the super end, towards the very ending part of the Grand Prix. And now look at this one as there we go. We should have one more round, everybody. I don't know whether I want to be racing or I want to be. There we go. We should be moving forwards just about now into the final lap of the Grand Prix, final lap of the session, and not the final lap, but the final race of the session. Now with this one ending here at Singapore, at Bahrain, Fam wins it ahead of Tekno, ahead of Felipe. Then Gumlager in P4 with UFC in P5. With Fate in P6, Swamp in P7, P8 for Sargent. Then came Fee with P9 and P10. For Mike, for ourselves, just ahead of Mike. There we go, so we are having a change in the lobby settings at the moment. That should be interesting for Singapore. Depends how many survive, because to be fair, I think if there's damage on here at Singapore, there won't be a lot of drivers that survive. But it would be interesting in terms of drivers going at it here at Singapore. So all assist off, everything off at the moment, and this is going to be about to be very exciting, because everything's going to be off at the moment. Then moving forward, 12 out of 12 are driving, which becomes 11 out of 12 driving. Not quite sure why is the case. Meanwhile, there we go. E in that McLaren, not sure why he's not registered, considering. Ah, right, it's not. It is 11 drivers still, but 16 people is the limit, which has been increased just about now. We won't be waiting for somebody to come in, but lobby settings are going to be there on the way. Can we visit settings? Yeah, look at that. Etiquette racing. Everything's off. Every assist is going to be off. There's some things on. Oh, yes, Force cockpit camera. That is now interesting, because this is about to get real. This is going to be real taste of something. that we are about to get for racing and actions to go.
Yeah. You don't stop.
And we are hearing somebody already. We might need to mute them, but there we go, mute them already at the moment. And there's 10 seconds remaining. At the moment. I mean, considering random drivers, I wonder what position I'll be starting, and I actually, yes, I might do have a setup for Singapore, but we'll be on in cockpit view. That is about to get. Oh, I'm on pole. That is. Thanks, mate. That is really thanks to Mike once more. I think the grid might be the same from the previous one. Let's just try and hope that we have a setup for Singapore. We do have a setup for Singapore indeed, but I'm not one of the quicker drivers at all anyway, so let's still hope for the best. I think really starting everything off, and no idea of where to brake, where to stop in the turn one. This is about to get carnage. This is about to get absolutely, either this could be the best race of the night or one of the most chaotic race of the night for sure. It is forced cockpit cam. You cannot change the camera at all, as we are now waiting to go racing here at the Singapore Grand Prix. Here in the cockpit view that is forced, of course, nobody can stop that really. We've got a very good start. We've got an absolute flying start in the turn one, but you have to be very competitive. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We go into the back of one of the cars. Oh, I've got a penalty. There we go.
I'm afraid you've been given a time penalty for that last incident, mate.
There we go. I've got a penalty there already, and I'm sure there's going to be drivers. Oh, that's very close. And bumping into each other. You can't see anything at all, especially my cockpit view settings is not one of the best. Oh, Mike's going to go into the wall, and I'm going to go into the wall as well. That is absolutely chaotic. As I said, it's either going to be one of the best or one of the most chaotic races of the night, and already we are moving towards
caution,
a very chaotic night. There is already caution, and that is Mike going super wide. He's going to try and come back on the track. We're going to be side by side. Is he going to give us enough space? He went straight up, so oh. He's really going to have a spin, and I think I really should have been commentating for this one, not driving, because wait. Oh my god. Oh, I just did a spin with the braking itself, so no problem in terms of having to come back on track. Meanwhile, Gamer's there as well with Team Red Mike out there, and you just don't know when to brake. They're both going to go straight. They're going to go straight in.
Right, not the start we were looking for, but it's not over yet. Stay focused.
What do you mean it wasn't the start you were looking for, dude? I'm in P5. Okay, but the fact that I started in P1. Oh, I send it. Oh no, not the same man again. Not the same man. I feel bad for him. That's why I said earlier that I'm not trying to be, competitive enough in terms of, not trying to ruin other drivers' races. But everything was here with at the moment we're in P5. Oh my God! I sent it there. Didn't even know. Oh. What's the correct way? I don't even know. Oh, this is the correct way. I sent it there because honestly I didn't have it. I have the minimap on, but it's really hard to judge in terms of, no assist first of all. Pretty much different things for me is no racing line, but that definitely makes a lot of difference for sure.
DRS now enabled. DRS enabled.
DRS has been enabled, but the fact that we don't have anybody that's going to use DRS, but come on, I shouldn't have gotten okay, so alright. It wasn't a red flag earlier on the red notification I got. The red notification was a 2-second time penalty, which is going to be interesting. And pretty cool in terms of...
Use your overtake button more. It's time to utilise some of this energy. Come on.
I mean, what do you want me to really utilise the energy for at the moment? Okay, everybody behind me has
Yellow
got an
flag.
DNF, and now we are going super wide as well. Oh, Mike's ahead! How did he get ahead? Because I think there was a few drivers that made a mistake in front of me there, so... Oh, the Haas is closer, but I think in terms of things to go. Let's see. In the cockpit view, it is hard, but, you know... Oh, no. I mean, I might as well just retire now anyways. Yeah, it really won't be good enough in terms of any chances, really, because... Oh, already only 4 drivers now remain. Only 4 drivers remain in this one. That is what really is for this race out here, I think, and that explains things being... Well, that's interesting, and only 4 drivers remain in the moment. Let's see for how long they can continue on as well. We're going to get to our job, and are we getting to the end? Okay, we are not getting to the end. Swap currently in P1. He's spinning around, while Techno there, after getting bumped by us twice, is still there, and I think a possible chance. Go for it, Mike. Mike might be on the podium for the first time, finally. Meanwhile, every single one of them, 14 started, and 10 drivers have retired out of the Grand Prix. They have a DNF to their name. Only 4 remain at this point, and they've got a chance to do the unstoppable, unstoppable, unmatchable, and unthinkable tonight. Oh, but he's gonna go for it. He was in the race lead, but goes super wide, and a job that can't be... Oh, and the Haas driver's retired as well. And now he's got a proper chance. Now he's got the best chance to finish on the podium. And we could see a Ferrari double podium for the first time in a long, long while. And especially here at MVP. A chance incoming. Oh, that's close, as that is close. Three still. Oh my. Lap 3 is not ending at all. Meanwhile, Techno and Swamp are going for it as well. They're going to be side by side. Imagine those two had DNF as well, then Mike himself just remains, but... Well, let's find out. Only the 3 drivers remain. And ironically, actually, if I did not retire, I would have been in the top 3 as well. Oh, whoa. Oh, Mike's going to have a spin. Mike is going to have a spin. His teammate and Techno had spun. So Mike ends up having a spin as well. His chance of taking the lead again slips out because the 2 other drivers were spinning. And he's now spinning as well, along with Techno. And they're not retiring. That's on the competitive streak they are on. They're not retiring. They're not wanting to get out of this one at all, and still wanting to continue on. On this one. Still the 3 remain. Still the 3 like to keep the competitiveness of it going so far. Remember, it is a restricted or forced camera or cockpit camera and no assist on. So nobody in this one is using any other camera. Is it going to make Techno spin? Not this time, because earlier it happened to me as well. Because just like what happened to Mike, like you see others spinning and then you spun as well. Oh, that's a nice one. I pulled that move as well. Brake hard enough that you get a spin, you get the rear lock up and have a 360 spin on your own to help you really. Oh, he's going to go wide again. He's going to go wide, and now Swamp and Techno's going to be still going to be there. Going to go side by side. Who's going to go wide and who's going to make the corner? It's going to be Techno making that corner. Swamp going wider. In fact, both of them will be making a corner. All of them have a time penalty so far, so not quite sure what is really going to be the case. 9 seconds, 2 seconds, and 4 seconds at the moment. So Swamp might not be winning, and Techno has a slide again. That might allow Mike to get closer, but no, in fact, he's far behind and too far behind, really, to be making that move at all. And final lap of the race, final lap of the night so far. And moving forward, he's quite done it. And gonna be on the way. Round and about. Making that move. And the look of this one, it's going to be Swamp still leading that race. He's got a 9-second time penalty, so Tekno should be taking this win. Meanwhile, Mike is in P3 at the moment. Oh, he's going to have a huge spin once more on the exit of the final corner. I think one thing that really saved everybody was no damage, because if there was any damage, oh, he's going to come to the end, and he might be taking the checkered flag into the pits, I think, or no. Oh no, he's heading into the pits. He's heading into the pits for a set of new tyres, because I thought that he was going to be taking the checkered flag because it was lap 5, but he could only do that if the leaders have taken the checkered flag. Then if he takes the checkered flag, no matter what lap he's on, he's going to be coming to the end. Meanwhile, Tekno has now taken that lead here, and we see a pit stop. We see a driver making a pit stop in a race, in a 5-lap race, a race that was competitive, a race that showed fighting and spirit and encouragement to race, and it's going to be Tekno. He's going to be at the top and ahead of everyone. Everybody tried, but he said no to them, couldn't quite be competitive enough. And Swamp at the moment is spinning around out on track, and Mike on the exit of oh, he's having donuts then. He's just having donuts. His teammate's going to be in P4, P2, and Mike's just going to be doing some donuts out there. I wonder if he wants to retire or keep these donuts going so for himself. Maybe just spinning around, or is that a bug? Not quite sure what's happening, because the top two have finished the race, and Mike now the remains that two remaining. Okay, there we go. I'm in. Okay, I'm going to switch to anybody else, because definitely I'm having really my head spin from that, but what really happening? I mean, he should be stopping now. Has he stopped? Yes, he has stopped. Now, I wonder if he wants to stop. Yes, he has retired from the session, and that is going to be finally marking the end of the Grand Prix, guys, and an end of racing. Your podium and final few podium there in the end, and look at that. And Mike in the end doing those donuts, pretty much maybe celebrate his first podium without finishing the race. He ended up taking that podium, and I used to finish in P6 as well, but they didn't give me any points. That's not good. But that's it then, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you all watching really enjoyed all the action for the night. It was pretty much just for fun. It wasn't for the championship of MVP at all. So it's interesting. If you still, all of you watching, enjoyed it, if you're new around here, make sure to subscribe, give this video a like, and share it with your family and friends to watch. And catch you all next Wednesday once more. This was myself, Zabi, and I'm out. Oh, there's interesting, this little one. That is your season result. I finished P9 with 1 point. That is interesting. And Tekno finished the night with the most points to himself, with Fam in P2, 59 points. Swamp in P3. Mike finished P4. That is interesting for him, actually. And myself, I was 9th in the championship. And that then is going to be the end of it, ladies and gentlemen. Once more, see you all next Wednesday. It was myself, Zabi, and from all of us here at MVP.